So we have today is one extra functionality released for research docs, and we will go over this. There are some improvements for keywords, LSI keywords. We already have that in the production. We are moving it right now. And also we have the additional improvement that notes are incorporated, and we improved our extension.
Excellent. Cool. Well, let's dig in, see what magic you guys have worked up for us now.
All right, let's review.
Some of it's there because I was playing with it earlier today, but
yeah, let's review. Okay, we are here on the page of research in Bloggly. So as you know, that's at this page. So let me start from here. Let's disconnect for now from the article. Let's focus on research only. So, and we'll see what improvements we have. Let's start right now with the brand new research. So let's do that. SEO optimization strategy. Okay, let's do this. Best SEO optimization strategies. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, now just one note about one comment about this. This search is supposed to be not just the focus keywords. That should be like your topic or your subject of the article that you write. So the close to your title of the article, the better it is. So because this isn't, again, not for the focus keywords. Focus keyword play a role later. It's somehow it's related or associated with your focus keyword. But like I said, again, this is your title of the article. Let's click OK.
That's a valuable distinction.
Yeah, it's really important.
Because
you get too many results. You get too many results on a focus keyword, which sometimes are irrelevant. So you try to get as zoomed in as possible on the topic you write. Okay. So as you can see, it's still finalizing right now. It's gonna take another 10-20 seconds. So okay, we're done. So what we have now here? Again, as you're familiar here, we brought in top 100, not 10. Somebody confused that's a top 10. No, it's a top 100 result for your specific research document, which is here, best SEO optimization strategies. And we've got in the first page, top 10 results. On the second page, we have another between 11 and 20, and another page between 21 to 30. So let's now look at the page number 1. And in the page number 1, we have these results. They already was parsed. So what I mean by parsing? When you click on this arrow, you opened up the actual parsed data. If you look in the blue link, you can click on the blue link. Of course, you can open the site, and this happened to be Neil Patel's site. This is his number 1 spot taken for the content. SEO optimization strategy is done by Neil Patel. He's the best at this, there's no doubt. I mean, he is the best. So instead of looking at each side and opening like 50 tabs plus, right. I usually do that.
I've seen the tab on the top of your browser.
Yeah. So instead of looking and trying to get your research done using the tabs and using Google Docs, let's see how this one, because somebody brought up, oh, I just use the Google Docs. Yeah, great. Good luck with the Google Docs. I've been using it before, and I can tell you that's the reason why we created this approach.
I mean, this is basically has automated the way that I research. And I told you earlier that one of my coworkers, the other half of this department, I gave her an overview, and she said, "Oh, yeah, well, that's exactly how I work." So, that's right. 2 of us.
All right. Now let's review how we work, right? We brought in here the parse data for each content.
Right.
Why do we need parse data? Because it's easier to work with. It's already compiled and aligned for you, broken down in like sentences and little mini chapters that you can easily take it and put it to your right side. Once you do that to the right side, you build in your research doc. That's the whole concept. You
Right.
got your content, you got your information, the data that we bring in on your left, and your target or your goal is to build your research doc on the right side. Okay.
Well, before you move off, scroll back down. A couple of cool things here is that the piece you moved over now has a red bar down the left.
Yeah, like this one, right?
Yeah. So that you know you've already used that. And it also puts in the source so that you can go back and find it if you need to. And that's great for attribution. You know, if you're going to do this and use it as, say, like a block quote or something like that for your research, you can now go back and
Yes.
know exactly where you got it.
Yeah, and not only this, we just show you the site, but it doesn't mean that's only site. When you click on that, we bring to a very specific article that
Yep.
we.
So that, I mean, I remember back in the days, well, I use Word, not Google Docs, but it's like, oh, geez, where is it? Was that really the site? Did I get it right? You know, sometimes you'll click around through a site and boom, you're all of a sudden your link is no longer relevant. So this is wonderful.
Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna compile now the research doc ourselves quickly. So we just throw some data in. Let's see how fast it can be done. And we move on to the next subject. I'm gonna show them more on the keywords that you can use.
Sure.
Okay, let's review the content. So here is Anil Patel writes 19 advanced SEO techniques. So here they are, and they are actually numbered. So we have all them because we bring in all of them as a headers, and he does use it probably all as a H2 headers. So you can open up and see for each header what the content is. Of course, you can use his article, but this one is a kind of raw. I mean, that's final article. It's
Yeah.
not an easy to work on this one. You work with the content here, and you prepare your research doc. Let's do that. So let's say
throw
if I
that infographic over there because will it bring in uh, the research when you do it? It will bring in the infographic, correct?
it could if it's publicly available
Okay,
shared
that's
image.
that's right.
If it's shared image. So
Gotcha.
let's take a look at this review, and we're gonna populate the content. Now, if you could see, every time I click, it creates it with the link. But let's say I don't wanna everywhere put in the same site. So in this case, I just turn it off. And now next collection, if I still working on the same article, I just keep doing this, and you can see now it will not do the it will do this snippets of the content without links right
Got
here,
it.
right?
Yeah, there's a graphic right there, the wiki grabber.
Yeah, let's add it in. As you can see, when I click here, it will add like this, but believe me that if this image is available, it will show up. I just need to save it. You can see the button save is there.
Okay.
Let me just save it, and it will remind you if you try to get out of here. So let's open some of the information, and let's see if I can just throw some content in there. Click save, and we saved it. Let me put back the links, so the links will be available. Maybe I can go another article and let's see what is there. I can always open it up and see how it looks like in the HubSpot. So this is the article, right?
Yeah, I've gotten a few things off of their site too. It's not a bad site at all. They have some good stuff.
Yeah, you can see now we start adding the HubSpot information. Let's say I find something interesting and I want to add this, or I can only add the whole block. I just simply click here and it will add the whole block right here. Right, let me just save it again. Let me just move on one more site we can explore, and we're just gonna populate add some information here. Now
And you
let's
can drag and drop too, right?
Yeah, you can, but usually if, let's say, if I do this and just simply click and it will appear on the right. So you see right here, for now, it just shows as the image was there. When I save it and go to preview, I will see this image. So it will show up.
Yeah, let's see the results of this here. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's the image. All right, so let's say we compile the article. And now let me go back in the same, this SEO best optimization strategy. So let's review next questions. So questions we left the same. Just quickly overview what the questions are. Is basically we extract the questions asked on in headers, and we will just bring them in here for you instead of it's just simple thing to do, but it might help you to focus on zoom in on specific questions that were being asked in those top 10. Now, if top 10 is not enough, you go to the another top 10. So between 11, it's top 20 now, between 11 and 20 results. But as you notice here, there are no arrows. So all you need to do, you see this button. This button is now red. I can click on this button, let it parse the content, and will bring the content in the next like 30-40 seconds. So we'll have this content populated, and you will see that will be available for you to explore. You can see now it's done. You can see the arrows are showed up. And now again, you review the headers in this content. You know exactly what the content was written about. You can see all the headers. You can open up and preview. You can take some content in, and you can see how it populates here, right?
Right.
Now let me save it now. Let's go to questions now. You can see it's completely different set of questions in another group of 10. So you can keep exploring all the way to top 100 if it needed.
Right. That's some dedicated research.
Yes, questions are really good because you could see what being written by by the competition. So you can use this for your own needs. Let's say if I want to compile, let's say I want to take this particular question. Now, just if we needed just a question, I can drag it and drop it here. So I can create my own, say like in the beginning, if I want to, I can create my own set of questions. Let's say if I do this questions here, and let's say I make it as a header by just clicking here. And now, if I like certain questions, I can just say, okay, I want to take this question and let me move it here. And now as you can see, here's the image, right? Let me put this image right here. And once I click it, let me save it so it will show up. And let me continue building my questions. So if I review this and let's say if I like this question, I can just highlight it and move it next. Let me look at another one. Now let me take this one. Let me like this one. And I just drag it and again move it here.
Very, very easy. But this is not bringing over the site that the question came from, correct? It's only bringing the question over.
You can bring the whole thing if you just copy here, right?
Right, and then it'll bring over the.
But then it will bring everything. If you don't need everything, you just need the questions. You can just do like this. I think what we need to do, I think I'm gonna incorporate here one more icon here, just to copy the headers quickly instead of me doing like this. Even though it's not bad, but still I think it makes sense, right? Does it make sense?
Sure.
If I take this instead of doing it like this, right? I can just do it. Let me just move it here, and I need to remove that thing. So you could see now we collected some questions here. I'll save it. Let's preview it. Right? Those are the questions, whatever we set up. So you can see these are the questions. This is the image that we added, right?
Right. Very cool.
So now here it is. You build your article, I mean your research doc based on what competition writes. You take the best snippets you want. You take the best questions they ask. You can take the whole thing. Like if you like the whole question, what is the schema used for? Great. So if you want to use this, or you want to what is the SEO, or somebody already wrote this. So it's good for you to have it for reference. You just populate your research doc, and let's say if you want to add it somewhere here, you can just simply add it the whole thing, right? So it will bring you the whole thing. And now let me just also make it as a header, and I do it like this. And by the way, this structure of the research doc, in the next week, we're going to improve it even better. We will make it just like an article. So in article, you will be able to create a blocks, multiple pages inside the article, right?
Very cool.
So let me just review this, how it look like in a preview. So let's take a look. So this is what we built so far while we were talking, right?
Right.
Let's assume this is research completed. You have basically the draft of your future content, whatever you find. Now there is one more thing that we added here that helps you also to bring the content the way you want. This is a notes. Notes are that is this very similar. It's actually exactly the same notes that you have in the assets of the article. So we decided, why not bring the same notes in research docs? And I can show you that we will have also updated our extension. Extension does have an articles now tab, and also has a research docs tab. So whatever research docs tabs I have, I can select the specific research doc, and now I can do the highlighting on any web page anywhere outside. I mean, anywhere where I browse, and it will store the data notes next to your research doc. And
You
actually,
know, that's really nice because, if you're out, what was I looking for? The wolf factor. You may be browsing around and, oh, wow, wait a minute. That's useful for this.
Which one was that?
research.
Which one is that? Let's say we're doing another site that we want to take some notes from. Let's say something related to SEO, SEO optimization, but this one is, I do not have the site that I mean in my top 100, or I want to find something that I really like this one is a crazy egg, and I want to bring this site also next to me in a research doc. So no problem. When I look at this, there are two ways. First of all, you can bring it parsed again, even though it's not the part of top 100 results, for example, but you want to bring it in. No problem. I'm going in the SERPs again, and you can see now we added this my links. In my links, when you click my links, you say add the link, and now you can paste your very own size that you want, and you can see how fast we parsed it, how fast we brought in. So the site was parsed like in a matter of like 1-2 seconds, right?
Right. So now if I have a dial-up modem, will my document load as fast?
Well, I don't know. I forgot what's the dial-up modem is. Time flies, huh?
It does.
So as you can see now, this my links is also part of this release. We just
really nice.
Making it final release of this, so you can create your own websites instead of having like 50 tabs on top, right? You just put them in your my links, and those my links will stay with your research doc. So let me go on this content that we looked at, and let's say I browse and I stumble on this content, and I would like to take a note into my research doc. So in this case, we have this two tabs here. So the research doc is the tab for research docs. So let me select the current research doc, and I will start highlighting. You can see that a little block showed up here, and let me just go and take some snippets of the content I want. After I'm done, I just click saved. Now this note will be saved, and I can just continue scrolling and figure out if I need anything else. Let's say, let me try this with this image. Maybe I can do this. Let me just try this here. And as you can see, I'm still on this research doc. I click highlight, and I say, okay, I just want to take this, and click done. You can see the image now showed up here. I click save, and now it is saved to the document. when I go back here and I refresh this data, I will see now this node being saved in the research doc itself. When I go in the note, now it will show, yeah, it does show up right here, and it's available for me, and it will be saved in the total pile of all my notes. But the best part is now it is linked to my content, to my research doc, and the content as well. I can correct some formatting if needed to. I can actually maybe highlight certain things. So this is one of the stuff that is advantage of having this note. So the note is here, always is available for research doc purposes. So let me just
that is really nice. I mean, I actually have open research, and it could be anything from like home improvement to energy conservation, whatever it happens to be. And as I see something that catches my attention, I add it to that research document. So it's just, always keeping food for thought.
Yeah, now let me just move this node quickly to the whole node to research doc. Let me put it here somewhere in the middle, and I want to move the whole thing. I just click OK here, and that moved the content of the node here. If I go to preview, you could see that in the preview. If I scroll, now you can see this one appears here, including the image. Image was publicly shared, so it's available and it's visible. So you can see we keep building the content and it stays here. If you need to adjust it, I mean to make some changes, yeah, you can actually delete, remove anything here. And one more thing that we added to the research doc, and that's important thing, keywords. So let's go to the keywords and let me explain now what you have on the keywords. On the keywords, we specifically rename the suggestions into keywords because now it's becoming all about the keywords.
Right.
We have a tab of LSI keywords. We have a tab of popular questions. And we have a tab of keyword ideas. So let's review one by one. But let me start from a back because the keyword ideas already they are the tab which was there way before, so there is nothing new. Popular questions, nothing new. But we just simply separated the focus keyword from beginning, and now we will let you pull up the keyword you want for that particular research doc. Let's say my keyword would be so SEO, for example, optimization. I type this keyword and I want to get now keyword ideas related to this keyword. So we will get like over 100 different ideas, including the cost per click, the competition, cost per click, volume, and the trend. So you can take a look what the results came in. We include one search right now with the research docs. Eventually we will add the ability to add the extra searches, but right now only one will be available, and that will be the keyword ideas will be at the cost of the 1 credit to get the keyword ideas just
right.
like that.
So the volume, wow, Google, what is that? What is that top one? GORE, what?
Yeah, that's probably somebody is making a mistypo when they type. So
So
somehow it related with our engine is considered somehow related to SEO optimization. You could see that here what kind of relevant ideas can come in the mind, like snippets tool. Who knew that could be with somehow related? Might think of, you may find some interesting combination of words that can be useful. This one is a search photo Google. So this surprisingly is those kind of things have a high volume, not a huge really competition. Looks like competition is lower, cost per click is low. But now if you want to use them, you can just simply click in here and adding them to your list. All right.
and the volume is, in this case, it's 74,000 searches per month, correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a monthly volume. Now, if I want to do here, let me just type focus keyword. The same, I could do the different. Let's do the different. So let's do the same actually. Optimization. and I'm gonna click OK, and let me see what there will be popular questions. Okay, so here is a slightly different relevant keywords you will get. This one more of the long tail keywords that are being asked for with this particular combination.
Right.
So, for example, tips for SEO optimization for websites, SEO optimization for website. I think it's a slightly sites website. This one, what is the optimization in SEO? So this one kind of interesting. This is a long tail keyword, but it has a less competition, but it still has some volume. So you can look up for volume. We sorted here by default in descending order. So
Right.
maybe you might will gonna pick up something here. Now let's go to the next tab. Those two tabs have been available for already a long time. But let me now review what LSI keywords. Again, we already had a discussion about LSI keywords in the past. Now we're moving this into the production, so we will have this LSI keywords there. Let me do the search here. So I'll go show them. But before I do that, let me just show something in Google. So if I go to Google and let's say if I type the SEO optimization, for example, right? Optimization, cannot type optimization, right?
Right.
So as you can see, this is what is coming up. SEO optimization, tools, tips, WordPress course, meaning YouTube, Google. So those are top 10 for Google most searchable search terms that are being searched by people with this combination of SEO optimization. So
Got
let's
it.
take a look. I'm gonna take this keyword and let me go back in Bloggly and say here, I'm gonna type it in here. Oops, sorry, that's not the one. So focus keyword. Let me do this SEO optimization, right? And I run the search here. So now we get the results. So take a look now on this one. We're gonna bring this keyword here and here. SEO optimization, tips, cost, tools, course, meaning WordPress, YouTube. So we bring the top 10 from Google, exactly the combination of the keywords called LSI keywords that are being used during the in the search with this keyword. And now look further with the letter A, SEO optimization A. If I go here and I continue typing it, A, I get agency angular analyzer, whatever is here. Let's take a look here. For the A, here is your agency angular analyzer. So we're bringing this with the letter B, with letter C, with letter D, and so on. The full alphabet. We bring all the searches with the alphabet. In a way, it's a structure of the similar to like answer to the public. So there is a website where has this kind of approach, but they have a little different way they visually showing all the keywords. But this
Okay.
is in a simplistic way to bring in all the most search terms being used with the combination of the focus keyword.
Got it. That's really cool. And then that helps you dig deeper into your
Yeah, let's
research,
say
what else might work for you.
let's dig in deeper. Now, let's say I want to do the next one. Let's say I take the SEO optimization tips and I click here. It's already brought up here. And let me just click here, okay. And now I'm going deeper and the longer keywords, and it'll show here what's coming up in the Google for those. Now, remember, anytime you click here, you're gonna move this to the right side. So we will have you building your research doc, you building your the keyword ideas, you keeping them there, and you want to have them on your list. May say forever.
Right.
Well, if I say forever, I say here, I have a doc related and all. If I click on all, those are the keywords that I've done in the past and I save them. In the future, we will build a separate page for keywords where you have an easy management and easy understanding how well all your content that you have on the website, whatever you have in Bloggly, whatever you wrote the content, we will actually gauge against all your content you have. You can actually pull any keyword and analyze it according to your content.
Nice. That's Very cool.
Now, if I do this, let's say I wanted to put this one and that one and add some more of the even and a longer one here like that. Let me just change the search and I just do this again on SEO, just on SEO alone. Let's see what an SEO will come up. And let's say if I want to bring those keywords into the right side, I can always click and I add them here, right? Now, the one thing is this. You have those keywords and they are free. You can use as much as you want. You can pull up the information you need. You can take them all if needed and use this icon right here. You can put them to the right side. Just remember, don't overwhelm yourself with all the keywords, right?
Right. Yeah.
You need to manage it. So find the best keywords you want. But how you gonna find the best keywords? Okay, let's take a look at this. So let's say you have a keyword, you select SEO. Let's say you have you pick up the SEO analysis analyst, an SEO and SEM, but you don't have the information of this competition, CPC, volume, and trend. Yes, you can get it. Clicking on this one, we will give you using your credits. We will give you for one credit. You can get information on 100 keywords. That means
Nice.
per each keyword we will use 1/100th of one credit. So you can see that right here. And if I selected the 5 keywords, it shows me I'm gonna use 5/100th of one credit, and you can see my current balance, whatever I had the balance on. So you can see it's gonna warn me that it's gonna deduct. If I say okay, the system will run and bring me this information.
Very nice.
Now, if I want to move those to the right side, I just simply click here and you can see now I'm added to the right side. Can I delete them? Yes, of course. Let's say this one is there. I can click here, see what we have here. You can get data, you can group them, you can create a node for any keyword. You can remove them. That means you remove from your this particular research document, but you leave it in the old bucket of all the keywords you have.
Okay, that's
and you
nice.
can delete them. Let me delete them. So I see I deleted this. Let's say I left this here, and now I want to get data for some of them. When I click here, and it just gets data on the level of the keyword.
Now, is that using a credit also? It is, isn't it?
Yes, of course. So anytime it runs this, it's using a credit. But again, it's basically it's a 1/10 of 1 penny for the keyword. So you can get the 10 keywords for 1 cent, right?
Nice. Yeah. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I hope so. So basically the people ask, so we're trying to react and give not just simply lock up at the only one way. So okay, if somebody wants to explore and do this, yes, you will have the data and you have this ability to compile anything you want, and you will keep the list. Again, in the future we will expand this keyword ideas and keyword list. We will expand it and we will have this on the research page. This is a keywords right now page. Is being reserved right now. Just says this one is not available yet, but we are reserving this page for the future visibility of all the keywords that you have, and compare and actually gauge and score your content with the keywords you have.
Wow, that is very nice. And for people who are watching and say, well, why about charging for the keywords? The other tool, there are tools out there that use the same exact approach. They charge you credits. They have a credit-based system. I think the one I'm most familiar with is Keywords Everywhere. The disadvantage to that is that that's now in a separate location.
That's in a separate location.
And this is here.
Yeah, it's here. It's all aggregated. It's all integrated. So here you can, once you bring your keywords, you will also note them. Each keyword you can get the note, and I can show you here. If I go to keyword, let's say I want to annotate the keyword. Now I can put the note. The whole keyword will get the complete writing space. You can write anything you want. Why you selected this? Why is this important to you? So
Right.
that's important.
Yeah, and that's great because let's say you use a bunch of keywords, or you use a keyword in an article for a client or your boss, and it bombs. They say, well, why did you pick that one? And you could go back in, pull up the note and said, okay, well, the reason I did this one was da, 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 I had this, this, and this. Okay, so it wasn't the best keyword, but you know, at
Yeah.
least you know why you did it, because believe me, with this stuff, after you use it, if you don't write down why you did it, I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, we also have here as a search, let's say if you want to search and just filter the find it by specific word. So we will filter you the keywords you have. Also, we will have the keyword groups. So you can quickly build your groups and a filter by groups. Let's say if you select it, will bring the keyword specifically for that group will show up here. You can remove it like that. So you can also just expand it so you can see like in the larger space. So
Right.
just don't get shy. You can use this expansion and mechanism. Also, again, we have LSI keywords, we have popular questions, we have keyword ideas, everything related to one subject keywords.
Cool. Yeah, and for those playing along at home, LSI stands for Latent Semantic Indexing.
Yeah, latent semantic indexing.
Yeah,
Yes.
not anti-semantic. Latent semantic indexing.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
counter. That would be CSI, wouldn't it? Oh, there you go. CSI, not crime scene investigation. Sorry, it's Friday. I'm beginning to get
If
punchy.
you want now to get all the keywords whatever for that specific search, go ahead, just click on data. Will tell you, okay, this one has a 260 keywords associated with word SEO, so you can get all of them. It's gonna take 2.61 credits.
Wow. Yeah, that is cool. I'm definitely going to look up. I saw SEO Soul Taco. That sounds like a good idea for dinner. Korean tacos.
Okay, basically this is all about the new updates and improvements. So you would know, just quickly finalize this for the future. What we will do in the next week, what we will improve. We're going to create the research doc just like an article. So you will
Oh
have the
yeah, that's
same
right.
look and feel as an article. You will be able to create different like blocks here. So each block will be like an article, and when you preview or export it, will be like an article. And also, you will have ability to turn the research doc as an article. So
Ah,
research doc
okay.
may become available as your content just by simply toggle the switch on. We will have a switch here, make it as an article. Once it will be like an article, it will be even publishable. So if you want to have your created content, which is fine. Many people want that. They want to use the research and show that what they come up with, they can use it as an article. And also, just remember, the article is not only for the publishing on the WordPress. You can actually remember we just did the social sharing. You can social share your article from directly from your portfolio on a social media.
Yeah,
So
that would be cool. Let's say you wanted to do a research article on the efficacy of the current vaccines that are flooding the market, then you could create that and do convert it into an article and share it on your Facebook site. Bring in
yeah, and
world
also
health
research.
stuff and so forth.
And like I said, research doc will be visible more like an article, so you can move between blocks. The only one outline will be slightly different. The way we will show the outline, we will have the icon here. You just click and select the outline. You can manage directly from the outline.
It sounds great. Well, I thought I heard Mickey asking for dinner back there.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's enough, so we can wrap it up. What do you think of that?
I love it. I mean, the research part. It's like we were talking one day. The you know, like the three-legged stool of content creation effective is, researching it, writing it, and publishing it. And you can do all of that in Blogly and do it extremely well and extremely fast. So,
Yeah, yeah. Thank
all
you,
right.
Tom. And I think
Thank
we
you,
all
Gennady.
set for today.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
All
And
right.
we'll talk
You
next week.
too.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.